So a lot of people are hyped about EV stocks right now. Tesla, BYD, Rivian, NIO. There's always one that's about to explode. And sure, the electric vehicle space is exciting. It's changing fast, it's tech driven, and it feels futuristic. But here's the thing, I don't invest in automaker stocks. Not Tesla, not BYD, none of them. And I'll tell you why, but first let's talk about what's actually going on between Tesla and BYD, because it's wild. In July, Tesla's car sales in the UK dropped almost 60%. In Germany, down over 55%. And this isn't just a fluke, it's been happening for months across Europe. People are buying fewer Teslas. Meanwhile, BYD, a Chinese brand that most people hadn't even heard of a couple of years ago, is flying. In the same month, BYD sold over 3,000 cars in the UK. That's more than 4 times what they did the year before. In Germany, their sales are up almost 400%. Let that sink in. Tesla, the EV pioneer, is now getting lapped in some of the biggest car markets in Europe. And globally, BYD just overtook Tesla in total EV production. In 2024, BYD made about 4.3 million vehicles, more than double Tesla's output. Even if you only count pure electric vehicles, BYD still edged past them. So yeah, BYD is no longer playing catch-up. They're ahead. Now, here's why I bring all this up. Because if you're trying to pick between Tesla or BYD as an investment, I think you're asking the wrong question. I don't own either, and the reason is pretty simple. I don't like the car business. EVs or not, it's still the auto industry. And that industry kind of sucks if you're a shareholder. Here's why. First off, it's a brutal business. It costs a fortune to make cars. Billions go into factories, materials, logistics, recalls, regulations, you name it. Margins are razor thin. Sure, Tesla used to have decent margins for a car company, but even that's been eroding lately. And BYD, they operate on even thinner margins because they're competing heavily on price. Second, it's super cyclical. If the economy slows down, car sales crash. People delay big purchases like cars, that means revenue takes a hit, and the stock usually follows. Then there's the competition. It's insane. Everyone's trying to get into the EV game now. Legacy brands, startups, Chinese players, that tech companies. And it's not like software where you can dominate with network effects. The more players there are, the more prices drop. That's great for consumers, but terrible for shareholders. Also, and this is a big one for me, the product is becoming a commodity. A lot of EVs now have similar range, performance, and tech. Once everything feels kind of the same to drive, branding matters less. And when branding starts to fade, pricing power goes with it. That's the beginning of the end for premium margins. Now let's talk strategy differences real quick. Tesla still feels like a tech company. Their cars are software driven, full of features like autopilot, and they've built a huge advantage with their supercharger network. They're minimalist, slick, and fast, and in North America they still dominate. BYD, on the other hand, is all about volume. They make plug-in hybrids and pure EVs. They manufacture their own batteries. Their Blade battery is actually pretty impressive, and they keep their cars affordable. Their lineup covers everything from compact city cars to big electric SUVs and buses. And in China, they're the #1 car brand. They're now pushing hard into Europe and other markets. The vibe is totally different. Tesla sells a lifestyle. BYD sells practicality and value. BYD is winning on volume. They're growing fast, scaling hard, and their cars are getting better. But even with all that success, I still wouldn't invest in them. Because again, this is still the auto industry. High costs, crazy competition, economic sensitivity, regulatory risks. It's just not where I want to park my capital long term. Instead, I prefer the picks and shovels play, the companies supplying the EV boom, not the ones fighting in it. Battery makers, chip designers, software firms, commodity producers, infrastructure players, the ones who benefit no matter which car wins the race. So yeah, Tesla's slipping in Europe, BYD is on fire, but I'm staying out of both. Let other people try to pick winners in the EV war. I'm good betting on the ecosystem behind it. That's just how I see it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.